Hello. Hello and good morning. Well, lottery winner Bob Fraser's very happy, isn't he? He said that being reunited with his son after 13 years meant far more to him than winning £30 million on the lottery. He and his son drifted apart apparently after he divorced his son's mother. But are all reunions such happy affairs? Or does the search end up taking over your life, putting pressure on all your other relationships? Belinda, you haven't seen your daughter, one of your daughters, for 22 years. Why is that?
Because I was born in India, and
what do you want from your children now?
Just wanted to get them all together, like have a big party.
One big happy family.
All the girls have got something. Must have something 18 grandchildren.
So that's what you want.
Thinking about yourself again.
Have you thought about the effect this has had on your children throughout the years, through the raising?
Well, probably wanted to know who I was, so I was always travelling around the country in Europe.
No, it's not exactly like that. I mean, I don't know my dad. I've never met him, and I've been trying to find him now for 29 years. And not knowing my father, it's like a part of me doesn't exist. There's part of me missing that just doesn't go with my mother's side. So I'm so much like this man. I've never seen him.
Well,
and it's just not...
It leaves a big hole.
Yeah, it does. And it affects relationships.
How much you're loved and who loves you and what family you have around you, if there is a part missing.
I think that you only want to see your children for your own sake, not for their sake now as well.
Yeah, because
that's not the reason for it, though.
4 years I'll be 70, so like as I am now, I just feel still a teenager, and I'm 66 next.
So you're settling down and you want to see your kids now you've had your life,
The kids before I kick the bucket.
You should have been there beforehand at the beginning.
Yeah, but I was a rock and roll.
Explain to us, Stephen.
That child, as I feel, she will feel as if you've abandoned her. Whether you tried to keep her, whether you didn't try to keep her, I'm not here to judge you, but whether you tried to look after her or not, she will still feel as if you didn't love her, because the family will more likely be telling her your mother didn't want you. Yeah. That's how I've grown up, and you talk about the feelings towards your mother. I don't have any feelings for my mother whatsoever.
No, I don't.
She's not my mother.
Ronald, do you feel that your children are going to feel that about you?
Well, they probably think I'm a right louse because...
are you?
I am, yeah, because I enjoy myself in the...
How can you say that about yourself and smile?
Well, just I've never grown up with them. And
how many are there?
I had 6 girls. All the kids was born right up to 1969. I was in a rock and roll group in the 50s. I was a long-distance lorry driver for 40 years, and all I really cared about was myself.
So you haven't seen these 8 children?
No, a couple I haven't seen for 30-odd years. I only married once in my life. I didn't fancy it after that. I lived with a few birds, loads of birds.
And you've never had any relationship with any of these 8 children?
Nope.
Did you ask you both of you one question? Do you feel guilty about it now? Have you got that guilt feeling?
Yes, I have. There doesn't a day gone by when I don't feel guilty, when I don't think about how I miss her.
So why didn't that stop you then, originally, to get back into contact with your daughter? If you've got those feelings now, surely you had those feelings at the beginning. And that would have, to me, that would have inspired me to want to...
You don't feel guilty then, Ronald?
Pardon?
You don't feel guilty?
No. I had a good life.
What do you think the kids feel?
Your children?
Do you?
Do you think about your children, Ronald?
Pardon?
Do you think about your children?
Now I do. Like, I'm 66 next month. And
now you're getting on a bit.
Hang on, Stephen. Let Dish first.
Did you ever think about them before, all through the years?
Yeah, I went to see them when they was 5 or 6. I pulled the lorry out in Bolton one day. They live in Bolton, and I saw them about 25 years ago. Just.
What do you think?
What effect do you think that's had on your children?
I don't know.
Do you care?
Well, they've probably been brought up by other fathers anyway.
It doesn't sound... But you don't know? You don't know for sure?
I don't know where they are. I know 2's in Ireland. I know 1's in Epsom. I know 1's in South Norwood.
Has anybody ever tried to get in touch with you?
No.
Oh, I suppose you've been a bit of a hard target to hit, actually.
Well, I was a bit of a boy. I was a bit of a boy in the 50s, and all I really cared about was myself. It takes 2 to tango. I mean,
it takes 9 in your case.
Yeah. Well, what it was, we had a row like in the 50s and 60s, and told me to go, and I went. If they said stay, I would have stayed.
No, you wouldn't.
But
You wouldn't have stayed, would
none
you?
of them said I had...
No, you wouldn't have stayed though, would you, Ronald?
Well, none of them, no.
No, you wouldn't have stayed.
No,
Instead of asked you to,
I
would
was a
you?
rock and roll singer.
Yeah, we know all that. Yeah,
Lorry driver.
yeah, lorry driver.
And I
Out with the
enjoy life,
groupies,
and I
thinking
enjoy life
yourself,
now.
having a good time. So if they'd have said, Dad, we want you to stay, you wouldn't have stayed, would you?
No.
No. So what are you saying you would have done?
Well,
You should have... Oh, she's not bitter.
No,
This woman's not bitter. You don't know anything about women, do you? He's been around and he doesn't know anything about women, does he? You don't know a thing.
all my kids...
You are, every time you speak, every word you say...
I'm honest. At least I'm honest.
No, and
You listen to
walk away.
What if you wish you... That's it. I'm not, you know... He's here.
I'm honest.
What, he's honest, yeah. If he look at Kelly. Okay, Kelly.
How would you like it?
How would you like it, Kelly? I said, okay, you've been telling us, you two here, okay, how desperate you are to meet your dad. How you got this image. Brian Blessed, put a big and ugly, and I turn round to you and say, well, there it is.
Rock and roll Ronnie.
What would you say? So you don't want to know. Ramona, what would you say? No, she don't want to know. What would you do? What if I said to you, well, we've done all our... Uncle Jill over there has done all the inquiries for us, she's found him for you, and there he is your dad.
Okay, Kelly, I've checked his arm. He's got the tattoos of all.
Yeah, he's got your name on. What would you say?
It would,
Yes, your dad.
it would still make my day knowing
It would
that I
make your
found
dad.
him.
So even Ronald would make your
Yeah,
dad.
because what actually happened is, I don't know.
But even if, I'm being funny to Ronald, but if it was Ronald, you'd accept it, because
Yeah,
that's
I would,
closure, yeah?
because then I know the blood...
Well,
Yeah, because
It's
4 years.
That's not the reason for it, though.
4
Is it?
years I'll be 70, so like as I am now, I just feel still a teenager, and I'm 66 next.
So you're settling down and you want to see your kids now.
I
Now
see
you've
my
had your life, yeah.
The kids before I kick the bucket.
You should have been there beforehand at the beginning.
Yeah, but I was
otherwise
a rock and roll.
Explain to us, Stephen.
It's difficult because, like, you've got 8 kids and you've been on the road all the time, but you've got to think how those 8 kids are feeling.
How do you feel?
I feel let down. I built myself a wall around me so that I don't let really anybody get close to me anymore.
Why?
Because I haven't had the closeness before.
Why?
Because of my father and my mother, basically, because they both abandoned me at an early age.
What do you feel about your father?
I'd like to see my father. Yes.
What if he was Ronald and he walked in saying, I'm thinking about myself, I've always thought about myself, I'm still thinking about myself, and I'm only doing this because I'm thinking about myself, because I'm nearly 70 and I want to have a big party before we all die, and I'd like you all to get together and give me a big party before I die. That's what Ronald is saying.
Well,
Still thinking about
Then
himself.
he should get back in his lorry and go back on
I'm
the road.
retired last year.
I would like to come on that young lady here. Hang on, what did you say, Sarah?
He is a freak.
Why is he?
He's a freak of nature, isn't he?
Yeah, we've still got it at 66, I'm still feel
You
20.
haven't, mate. You're kidding yourself, trust me.
Robert,
I had 5 different relationships. One
Yeah, but
wife.
it's easy to lie down. It's much more hard to be a man and take responsibility.
We're having a conversation about people who've lost touch with their families, and for all kinds of reasons. One of them because they're